Hello everybody and welcome to my 5th episode of the Lorry Lobby, and what better way to celebrate my lucky number as an episode than to thank you very much for 100 subscribers, and therefore it is now time to thank you and have a nice relaxing special episode of the Lorry Lobby to thank you for the 100 subs and just talk about how I've made it this far and what my future plans are. So I hope you enjoyed that little joke about me passing my dissertation. So I'm literally 2 weeks away from graduating from college, hopefully, and it'll mean a lot to me to get that far, and hopefully I'll be able to become a journalist. Even if this YouTube doesn't help me on my way, I'll definitely have something planned to make myself a bit more journalistic. But anyway, enough of this episode. I've decided to I've decided to buy the Going Eastern expansion pack, so I may as well celebrate by going to Gdansk in Poland. You can see lots more places are open, like Budapest, Kostic, Krakow was there, Lublin, all those sort of places are now available to access. So let's go to Gdansk, north of Poland, and have a good time. So again, it's actually gone much better for me than just 100. I'm actually on 108 subscribers as of this video, and I'm extremely proud of myself and eternally grateful to everybody who's clicked that button over the years. Whether or not they've stayed, that's not really too much of a worry to me, but for those who have stayed loyal, this is your reward. And none have been as loyal to me as my first sort of subscriber. It's Andy M 2013, my good old Torquay supporting friend. He found me as a result of me playing as Torquay on Football Manager 2013 when I got sacked from my own club, St. Pat's, and ever since then it wasn't a successful stay at Torquay, I'm afraid. Plainmore, I believe, is the stadium. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I did my best, and from there I've gone from strength to strength. We've seen all sorts of highs and lows together, and your support is of course very appreciated. He can comment as often as he can. Like he's very good in that way, and thank you very much, Andy. I certainly wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for you, because back in like 2012, 2013, I wasn't getting as much support on the videos as I could like, but at least you gave it your best shot, and that's good for you. In terms of your question, I'll get on to that in just a moment, but actually you gave me two, don't forget. So don't forget about that. I'll just grab my little sheet here. Your first question is, what is my best highlight from my YouTube career? And I think you'll know this one as well as I do. The number one I'd say was myself getting San Marino not only to Serie A for a season, but also to the Coppa Italia final, and the Jacopo Ferri goal that sent me into raptures against Juventus. That'll never be forgotten. There's no way I'll forget about that. It was just an outstanding moment in terms of Football Manager. It's what the game was made of and made for, just to enjoy those moments of pure ecstasy. And of course, let's not forget the still ongoing Le Mans Odyssey. That's been a very enjoyable series, and getting them into Champions League after so many years of debt and disappointment in Europe, that meant a whole lot to me, so we can regard that. And then obviously Gold Coast United, let's not forget that. Even though I got supremely bored of the save, I got them to the Asian Champions League final in my very first attempt. We lost that thrilling game 4-2, but it was Richard Garcia's goal against Al Gharafa. I think that's right. It's Al Hilal. Beg your pardon. So Al Hilal, we were in need of 2 away goals, not dissimilar to San Marino, and Richard Garcia scored that absolute curler. But of course, Robbie Brady, he got the first goal in that succession. So well done to the lads, and Alex Nielsen got the famous assist. And you'll have to go back and watch that one. It's a little buried in the archives, but I can dig that up for you if you want. And then lastly, the most recent success I had was in Austria, managing Sturm Graz and taking them to the Bundesliga title. Was very satisfying, and nearly defeating Inter Milan in the Champions League was almost a perfect scenario when we nearly beat PSG as well. We were 1 goal ahead at home, but Edison Cavani turned that around. As for Bursaspor, I haven't got them to glory yet, but certainly have improved their situation, and Europa League football is key to our future plans, and I'm very happy that we got them there. So that would be my top 3. If you want to rank them, I'd say San Marino first, Le Mans second, and Gold Coast third. So yeah, and your second question was my favourite save. So I think that kind of self-explanatory. I think it's Le Mans. Le Mans FC is my number 1 save. It's gone on this long, and there's still so much more to achieve. So Le Mans FC, my personal favourite. And then the final question is, who is my favourite English team in the Football League or the Premier League? And I'm not too sure you're going to like this, but the answer is Manchester United, Andy, to be honest. But yeah, the story with that is basically it was 1996, and I was starting to get introduced to sports, and because my favourite colour was red, I remember seeing Liverpool on the TV, and I decided they'll be my team. But after about a month, I didn't see much of them again on the telly. I was like, oh, where have Liverpool gone? So then I saw Manchester United on the TV, and I was like, yeah, this is the team for me. So not a great start to my life as a footballing fan, to be honest, going from one enemy to the other. But I have stuck as well as I could through thick and thin for Man United. The treble, of course, being the most successful time of my life supporting Man United. Even as I told my dad, we're going to win this game, we're going to score twice, don't worry. Even though my dad had doubts, and ultimately I was sharing him with Solskjaer, getting those goals in extra time. So the reason why I've kept quiet about my support of Man United is pretty much 2 valid reasons, I hope. But yeah, you can definitely say I've no real ties to Manchester. I've never been to a game, so that's probably one reason I'm not really a worthy Man United fan. Looking back on it, like social media changed my outlook. The second reason is, of course, that United aren't behaving like the club that I used to know and love. Like the sacking of David Moyes is a real dagger to the heart. I honestly wanted them to be a success and bring Man United to more success, but I'm afraid that hasn't happened, and he's been thrown out in inglorious fashion, and that is not how I like Man United to behave. But of course, this goes back to Van Persie, Robin Van Persie. I never really, I didn't mind him, but it was just disappointing that Sir Alex Ferguson would have to rely on an opponent's best player and captain to guide them to another title. But that was the way. He's still not. He's not really a pleasant guy, to be honest. But then again, I never really liked Cristiano Ronaldo. If I'm honest, he was a bit too much of a diver. And even though he's probably the best he's ever been this season, there are certain Man United guys I wouldn't like. Even if I really wanted to, I just couldn't really like them. But the likes of Van Nistelrooy, I always like Van Nistelrooy, and Wayne Rooney, even though he's kind of become a bit of a prat recently, I loved Wayne Rooney. And Ryan Giggs, of course, he did some personal business I am ashamed about, but that's the way. I still love United, I always will, but Manchester United, it's just not as fun as supporting St. Pat's. Yeah, to be honest, it's much better going to your games and having a good time watching your local teams duke it out for gold and silverware and all that sort of thing. So I'm just enjoying St. Pat's a lot more than Man United, and it was a regret of mine to not realise that St. Pat's were in existence because of how much I adored Man United. But I'm trying to right that wrong, and hopefully in a few years I can properly balance my interests in Pats and Man United as equally as possible. But for the time being, Manchester United is my answer, and I hope you can sympathise with that. But of course, I'm more interested in other teams in England as well. Like certainly Aston Villa is a good favourite. They've always had Irish players. West Ham, because of they're a reasonably good tradition club. They've done some great things, and Bobby Moore, that sort of thing. Crystal Palace, I really caught on to them this season thanks to the influences of some of my other friends who I'd like to thank later in the episode. So all 3 of those clubs, I have friends who support them through thick and thin, and I've earned respect for those clubs. as a result. I also admire Everton. I always had a thing for them, even though they, I hadn't had the best of times in the mid 2000s. There were times they were going to get relegated, and Moyes was able to guide them away. And they've obviously been a thorn in Man United's side recently, so that's fair enough. In terms of the lower leagues, obviously Andy, yourself, you got me interested in Torquay, and that's great. I'm really sorry you're relegated to the conference, so bad luck there. I had an interest in Chesterfield. I don't mind them either. Chesterfield are a cool team, particularly their 97 FA Cup run. I like Thurrock a little bit because I managed them in Football Manager before going to Shelbourne. And then of course Football Club United of Manchester, FCUM, as I like to call it, of course I'd have an interest in them, and I'm really hopeful they get promoted to the next stage of the English pyramid. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Very long-winded answer, but I hope you enjoyed your special moment in the sun there, Andy. And next I'd like to thank FM Evolution 99, the FM Junkie, and Mr. Duffman KFC, also known as Shane, Jamie and Adam respectively. So those guys were also FM and FIFA fans, mostly FM of course, and they were critical in my channel becoming a success as well, and hopefully I've helped them while they're still active and inactive. Like Shane has just come back to YouTube, and I'm wishing him the best of luck in his Wayside Celtic and Pentagon saves. I haven't heard from Bose Adam in ages now. Hopefully he's doing okay. He might have studied too. And Jamie is he's more into blogging and stuff now, so his beloved Sunderland and Bose are doing okay, but hopefully they'll both end their seasons well come May and November respectively. So good luck to you guys, and thank you very much for your dedication to my channel, and I hope I helped you out in exchange. Yeah, I'd also like to thank some other FM guys I've met recently, the first of which was Rune, the A3 Gidwees. I'm not sure if that's right, Rune, but he's my Danish friend. We met through Football Manager as well, and his channel, he operates as a bilingual because he can speak English as well as his native Danish, and he's an extremely nice guy. He's very talkative, and he loves a good joke every now and again. So Rune, my honest respect to you. You're the soundest guy you could ask for on Twitter, and I really hope your channel can thrive, as you're so dedicated to your Danish, and your English language skills are excellent. So good man, wish you well in the future, and thank you for your continued support for my channel. One of them that's kind of gone and come and gone was the FM Bean. Now I haven't seen him in a year at least. He's completely disappeared off the face of the earth, as I'm going to stop for petrol actually. I really miss the FM Bean. He was such a nice lad. He loved to do showcase glitches and stuff like that, so I really would love to hear from him again. If he ever comes back, I hope you watch this video and realise you are an appreciated member of the FM community, and I hope you're back someday, my friend. Two recent subscribers who were there to thank me for 100 and get me there, the FM Holland and Carl Plays FM. You guys were very nice to me, and I hope your channels are also a success. I know Carl was having a sabbatical, and now he's back in a good form. So his channel, I think he does this sort of ultimate team style thing. It's a pick one, win one, pick one sort of thing, where he picks a team's best player with the FM editor, and helps his Cardiff team succeed in the Premier League with all sorts of players. I think he has Van Persie, he's Mignolet and that sort of thing. So it's a very interesting concept, and it's one I hope succeeds. The FM Holland is very active on Twitter. I knew he picked up Sturm Graz as a save just after mine, in fact, and he decided to play Sturm Graz just like me, and even though he didn't stay very long, he decided to move on to play as Marseille, and I hear he's doing extremely well at Marseille, who are of course my enemies in the mall, obviously, but good stuff my friend, and thank you very much for your kindness on Twitter, and subscribing to me on YouTube to help me get to 100. So the next kind of group I'd like to thank are sort of FIFA YouTubers mainly, but they were very good to me when I was trying to get up the ranks on YouTube, and those two are iWoodley HD, also known as Harry, and Rashawn Z Ash, basically Rashawn. They were two very nice guys. They're trying to grow on YouTube as well in a very competitive community, but for the most part I remember our pink slips. We had great fun on them for the several thousand coins, and Woodley beat me in a very thrilling game, and Ash was unfortunate as he conceded a rather bullshit penalty to me, and I won that wager. So thank you guys for those wagers, and your support on the channel is also appreciated. Like I hear Ash is doing quite well for himself, but Woodley remains very loyal to my channel, and I hope to hear from him again as soon as possible. Like they're still quite young, they've got plenty of time to become even better entertainers and whatnot as they grow up. So sound guys, I'm very grateful for your jokes and support and everything. So that's great. I hope to play again on FIFA if I ever get a next gen console, but at the moment I don't have one, so bad luck to me. Yeah. The next group I like to thank, it's more the F1 community side now, and those two people are Harrison101, also known as Andre, and Elusive Kev. Basically they were two of my favourite F1 YouTubers, as I considered making YouTube videos for F1, because at the time I didn't really have a computer capable of playing F1. I didn't have a console, HD PVR to play on the console, so they're very generous with their time to me, even though I was a very small channel, and their support on videos such as my Le Mans FC Season 3 trailer, and my introduction video to my F1 career mode, which was the Michael Schumacher F310 sort of go with, like I was basically doing some laps around Montreal, and they came along to the video and said, yeah, that sounds interesting, and they gave me some helpful advice. And now that I'm nearly finished my first season of career mode, I hope I'm starting to get some sort of respectability in the F1 community, since I'm a very, very big fan of Formula 1 and other motorsports, but because I was stuck in with Football Manager, I never really looked into that side of it. But my F1 videos are doing very well, and I'm grateful to the support on those as well. So Andre was actually my 100th. He wanted to get that claim, but unfortunately for him, he wasn't the 101st to complete a rather hilarious joke. But thank you guys for subscribing, and hope to chat to you again in future, as we certainly do over Twitter most of the time. So good stuff. The next group, they also have some questions for me, but these guys are sort of FIFA and FMers as well. First off, it's UK Gamer Baz, Jack. He was there for me when we wanted to do a sort of network game. I was Bilbao and he was Valencia. Unfortunately, I won by default within the first few months, as he got sacked. But Jack has been a great support of the channel, and I also met the Wajheski, the Aston Villa fan. His name is Jamie, and then Fazmouse is Jake, and we were very good pals on Xbox, and certainly I'm very grateful that you like my videos, and yeah, we had some good crack on there. We always have a good chat on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. So the questions they left for me was Jax asked me my favourite team to manage on FM. I believe that answer I gave earlier was Le Mans FC. They're great crack, and some of the new gens they've been producing for me are out of this world. And his second question is my favourite game of football that I've ever attended. This kind of links in with my answer to Andy about Manchester United. Whoops, excuse me. Basically, I've never been to a Manchester United game in all my life. It's quite shameful, to be honest. I really should cop on with that sort of thing. But hopefully in a year or two I'll save up and go to a United game if the time is right. But I've never really seen the reason, as I have no one to go with, and it's very expensive now. But and actually in the year 2000, I'll tell you this funniest story. I did go to Manchester to sort of savour the treble winning team with my dad, and we got to see the museum and all. But the thing was, Manchester United were away to Wimbledon that weekend, so it was either no football at all, or it was a trip to Main Road to see Manchester City against Walsall in the Division 2, I think it was. And so we decided, let's go and see Manchester City. And it was a dreadful game. It was only 1-1. And it was just Manchester City at their sort of their downtime. They were very struggling. They were really struggling, I should say. But ever since then, they got their promotion to the Premier League, and they were very stable for a good few years until Saxon Shinawatra came in and bought the club, and but it was basically a real idiot with Sven-Göran Eriksson pretty much helpless in his managerial role. So after that came the money bags from Abu Dhabi with the Etihad Airlines and all that. So Manchester City are now a juggernaut. They're potentially the New England, they're potentially the next winners of the Premier League, thanks to Liverpool's loss to Chelsea today, but still a long way to go. And it's just changed so much. Like, I've no real hatred of Manchester City apart from when the teams have the derby. But that was one game I remember very fondly. But now that I've gone to a fair few St. Pat's matches, I can definitely say I've had three very memorable ones. The first was the FAI Cup final against Derry City, it was, and that was just it was November 2012, and basically St. Pat's have a severe cup curse where we haven't won the trophy since 1961, I think it is, and it was approaching 50 years without winning the cup, and we really need to win that final to finally end the hoodoo. But unfortunately, after we took the lead through a Sean O'Connor free kick, it was a penalty given away by Brendan Clark in goal, and it was duly slotted home by Rory Patterson, and then we conceded the lead very soon afterwards to them. So it was 2-1 with 5 minutes to go. It looked all but over, but Christy Fagan slotted home a tap in. It was just about onside, and we went absolutely ecstatic in the end. It was scored on our end, and they were going absolutely wild. One of the fans was desperately praying for a goal. His prediction was, "Oh, we'll score. Don't worry about it. We'll score." And thankfully, we did, and we gave ourselves a good big hug. So well done to that supporter. But ultimately, Roy Patterson scored a counter-attacking goal in front of us just about 10 minutes later into extra time, and that broke our hearts as we lost the final 3-2. The next favourite game I've been to would be, of course, last season's 2-0 victory over Sligo Rovers, where Greg Bolger and who was it? Who scored the second goal? It was Anto Flood, I think. They got 2 goals within a few minutes of each other in Richmond Park, and went absolutely wild, and that was absolutely brilliant as we won the league that day. And then the week after, we played Derry City at home. It was a rather dreary 1-1 draw. Anto Flood again scoring a brilliant goal to save our blushes, but we did win the league, and we did receive the trophy, and the celebrations were absolutely out of this world. So well done to the Super Saints in that regards. And I hope now that I can use my car to drive to matches, that I can go to some away games and have some more memories. So thanks for the questions, Jack, and good luck to Crystal Palace next season, as they've survived sufficiently well in the Premier League for at least another year. So up the Eagles, well done, and Selhurst should be very proud of itself. The Selhurst faithful should be very proud of themselves with all that sort of thing. Jamie's question was a very good one, actually. It's another Football Manager related one, and he asked who my favourite Football Manager player is of all time. As I mentioned before, I have a whole Hall of Fame of players, and I plan to do another one of those in June when my 2nd anniversary of Football Manager passes. And my top 3 contenders for actual best ever player. In 3rd place, I'll give it to my man crush Robbie Brady during my time at Gold Coast. He was absolutely unreal, putting in goals left, right and centre, and setting up goals just as importantly as well. But unfortunately I got bored of that player, so I never saw Robbie's full potential, but he was absolutely brilliant in every department, and he was worth that free transfer from Man United a few years ago in that save. My 2nd place award goes to Fusieni Cisse. even though he was on the bench for my first Hall of Fame, he's a oh shit, ooh, that card came out of nowhere. If you see any Cisse, he's worthy as a second place man, because ever since that first Hall of Fame he's remained at the club and he scored some brilliant goals over the years, and I just can't see myself getting rid of him until he retires. He's that kind of player. He's a 6'4" behemoth, but he has reasonable good feet when he's not offside, of course, and yeah, he's an excellent header of the ball, but he can be caught offside way too often for my liking. But he never gives anything less than 100%. I'm proud to have kept him since day one. But to answer your question sufficiently, I'm such a blabberer, but my number one player in FM history is Matteo Bianchetti, the Italian centre-back that I signed from Inter Milan for San Marino Calcio. The reason I say that is because we were in the third tier at the time. We needed some sort of centre-back to replace our ageing defenders, and I found Matteo Bianchetti as a free agent, and I decided to give him a reasonable contract, and he duly accepted. And he was not only a great defender keeping out important goals, but he also scored them as well. He is very agile and versatile and everything, so I couldn't have asked for more from Matteo. Unfortunately, Serie A was just a step too far, and we were relegated duly from Serie A, and Matteo remained as loyal as he could to the club, and that was basically my best ever signing, to be honest. It was such a game changer, as we had trouble in front of goal as San Marino for many years, and he captained the club with dignity against Napoli in that unfortunate cup final defeat to Napoli. So there you go, Jamie. I hope you enjoyed that answer, and that leaves me to my next group of people to thank. And even though they're not particularly big Football Manager fans, they do enjoy watching my stuff and give me feedback from time to time, and that's my TeamSpeak group of friends: Thomas, aka Higgles, Emmett, also known as Elmo, Michael, the Love Waffle Man, and Kieran, who is Gorgon Pistol. So those guys, you know, they're my friends, talking to them every day, and whenever they get a chance, they like watching some of my non-Football Manager videos and giving me credit for them and feedback where necessary. So thank you guys, and I hope for Higgles that your channel can expand like mine. Even though he does different games to me entirely, I can only wish him the best in that regard. So thank you guys for your support, and speak to you whenever I can on TeamSpeak, so good for you. And the next group I'd like to at least say hello to, I don't know if they want any credit for my channel success, and those they're my British friends who I know off MSN and that sort of thing. It's the Committee of Owenland, as we like to call ourselves. It's Steve, Chris and James. They like watching my F1 videos in particular, since we're all the motorsport fans, and they like taking the mick out of me more often than not, but it's all in good spirit. And I'll just say this, I'll just like take this chance to say hello, and thanks for watching my videos, guys, and you know, here's to many more years as friends, even though we're from different parts of the different sides of the Irish Sea, I should say. So yeah, that's pretty much that. And then obviously those are my favourite guys. There are plenty more people to thank, and I don't know if they're all here, but there are many more subscribers that I don't really see that often, but are worthy of a thank you. They include one of my recent subscribers, Eterno UK. We had a sub for sub deal concerning our F1 videos, and he's doing very well for himself. He's in at 500. So hello there, Eterno. Hope you're listening, and if you are, then keep up the good work. Nuno PT Gamer, he's that young Portuguese fella who saw one of my games against Benfica, as he's a Benfica fan, and he wanted me to subscribe to him. And even though I don't speak Portuguese as well as I should, I hope you're doing well, and good luck to Benfica, who are the champions of Portugal this year. So congratulations, and of course muito obrigado from myself to yourself, and good luck in future with whatever you do with FM and all that. A recent subscriber, very recent in fact, is Energetic Gaming. I think he's a Cork City fan, and he saw my pack opening with Killian Brennan, and decided to give me a few comments, and I was really grateful for them. So thank you, Energetic, for your time. Fuji 720p is probably one of the most successful YouTubers I've seen from from a very small state. He's now very successful. I don't know how successful, but he's so big now that I don't really hear from him too much, but he was very enthusiastic about some of my ideas and feedback when he was still trying to grow, and I hope your Newcastle United team are doing well, and good luck in your continued success. I remember comments from RETEPW777. I don't know if you're still around, but if you're here, then good to talk to you again, and I hope to hear from you again soon. The young lad I saw on my comments recently was Morgan Boland. He asked for a shout out. I said no, because I don't really know you too well, but he's a Minecraft and vlogging fan, even as a fairly young lad, so credit to you, buddy. I hope to hear from you again soon, and good luck with the Minecraft and all that sort of business. I'm not really a fan of Minecraft, but there's your shout out if you're watching, and good for you. I hope you continue with YouTube, even as your studies will get much more difficult in the upcoming years. I can tell you that much. Rapid Scorpion, who's Scott, he deserves a little shout out as well. He's aspiring to be a motorsports commentator, and he became at an inch. He was an inch away from getting the Motors TV sort of scholarship, I'd like to call it. He was Need for Speed sort of YouTuber, and thanks to him I met the likes of Andre Harrison and all those, so I appreciate that sort of thing, Scott, and I hope you do succeed getting your motorsports commentary career off the ground. I heard your Taki Inoue interview, and that was hilarious, so the Motorsport UK podcast is one to listen back on. I'm very jealous of you getting to meet Taki. He's one of the soundest lads in Formula 1 history, even though he's a bona fide reject. So thank you for your part in my channel, Scott, and I hope as your very first subscriber, as you try to gain momentum, that you will look back on that and think fondly of those Need for Speed memories and all that, so good for you. Eduardo Liguri, he's a very good FMer and all that, so if he's watching, hello there, Eduardo, and I wish you the very best of luck at the World Cup with the host nation Brazil. If you're ever going to win it for a sixth time, then there's no better chance than to do it at home. But then again, I pretty much don't really have a favourite team to support in this year's World Cup, as Ireland have failed to make it. Thankfully, if we had to be eliminated, it was because of fair play, but enough about that. And if I've missed anyone off the list, then I sincerely apologise, and leave me a comment just saying you left me off the list, and I'll give you the hello in reply. So that's pretty much my list, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Q&A supplement to that, and there's a choo-choo. So I've got 140 miles to go. It's probably been at least half an hour at this stage, just saying hello to everybody, and is there anything else I need to talk about? To be honest, no, I don't believe so now. I finished my dissertation. I mentioned that in the little intro. I've thanked everyone and said hello where applicable, and I downloaded the extra downloadable content for Eurotruck, so that's mostly it. My plans for next week, if I'm not too busy with my final assignment, I have a live com to do, Bursaspor versus Austria Vienna. I need to do that. I need to play Manchester City with Le Mans. I need to do the Indian Grand Prix with Formula 1. And if there's anything else I can do in Eurotruck, I'll take suggestions on board. But I'll probably just complete this little journey, and thank you one last time, and hopefully that I can go as far as I possibly can on YouTube, and enjoy my graduation and all that sort of stuff, and try and get a job as a journalist, preferably motorsport or soccer, but I have no preference at this stage, as long as I get experience or some money in my pocket. So this is pretty much my last ever Eurotruck video as a college student. the 4 years have gone by so fast, and I look back with great memory. The lads from college, I don't know if you're watching, but the Football Manager fans, I hope you are. But I'm going to miss them all very much. There have been some downs and there have been some highs as well, so if they are watching this video, what's the crack? But I hope to see you again one last time as your college colleague, and then again in the future. So hello to everyone in that regard, and yeah, honestly I'm completely stumped. I've spoken my piece, and yeah, I'm gonna miss being in college. Like, it's quite relaxing when you don't have to study. You just walk in your regular clothes, do your studies or whatever, and then go home. But then when the assignments do come, they are much tougher than the old secondary school state exams. They were very hard. But college this year has been much harder, and I'm so close to succeeding in that regard. And yeah, just fingers crossed I can actually get some work out of my degree. So yeah, that will conclude this part of the video. I'll just finish my journey through these marvellous sunflower fields and reach Gdansk hopefully as soon as possible. So see you then. Back soon. Okay, welcome back to the episode, everybody. I'm just approaching Gdansk. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that's when the AI aren't so smart. But if you remember that Father Ted episode where Bishop Brennan tries to get the lads to ban the Passion of Saint Tibulus from the local cinema, it goes spectacularly wrong, as it actually gains more publicity for the film. And Bishop Brennan goes, "They're coming from Gdansk to watch the film." And yeah, that was just such a memorable Father Ted moment. So that's my first knowledge of Gdansk. I never knew it was in Poland until a few years ago. But here we are now. We're just about to deliver our goods nicely on schedule. So just slow down a little bit. So there you go. Welcome to Gdansk, my first visit on my Eastern European tour. Hopefully I'll pick up this game and play it casually again once or twice. It's good fun, and yeah, I'd recommend it if you have a steering wheel and all that. Like, I've never had any problems with it. But if they are going to release another expansion pack, it really has to be for Ireland, Portugal and Spain, because not having those nations in it, it really is unfortunate. And possibly more vitally as I've conked the engine. Here we go. Climb. Yeah, I'd love to have those nations in. I'd definitely pay another €5 to have them. And it's just a matter of like, hopefully they keep this game going another few years, because it has potential with the mod community and everything. So that's pretty much the end of the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you once more for your continued support. And hopefully there'll be a brand new batch of subscribers to give my honest thanks to, and in exchange, if you have YouTube videos yourself, then don't forget to ask me to help you out. So I try to be as generous with my time as possible. But I don't know what the next 6 months will mean for me and my potential career, so maybe I'll be a bit busy, but I'll definitely keep YouTube close to my heart and watch as many videos as I can. So to people that I've influenced in making videos of their own, such as UK Gamer Baz, I'm very grateful that you look to me as inspiration, as I look to others for inspiration. So I hope YouTube will have more small minded channels who do it for the fun and not just for the money, because that's kind of an unsavory element of modern YouTube. People just do it for the money after they gain success and that sort of thing. But there you go, nice beautiful parking job. It just approaches 5 PM Polish time, and should I press the key? There we go. Okay, so 497 miles, 20 hours 56 minutes. Excellent. And that levels me up to level 19. So I'm still pro, and I can do this. So I'll probably do there's a nice little remix of the tune, the theme song. It's really nice, actually. So I'll pick eco driving just to save more petrol. There we go. So that concludes the episode, guys. We'll just take a look at the map, see how far I've gone. So you can see Erfurt all the way up to Gdansk, and there's all sorts of exploration to do. I was nearly at half when I had the game before. Now it's up to 43.02, so there's plenty more of this game to go. You can see Wales I've left out since I didn't get the Ireland mod. I went to a couple of places in Wales before, but that concludes the episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed, and speak to you again soon. Bye now.